Hi, and welcome to this new episode of Biopilates Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into an exercise that may seem trivial, almost invisible, but is in fact one of the silent pillars of the Stott Pilates method. The heel squeeze in prone, an invisible foundation, and a profound expression of neuromuscular intelligence. The first time I suggest this movement to you, you often look at me with surprise. You ask, but what exactly am I supposed to feel? And I can sense hesitation in your eyes, sometimes even a touch of doubt. Some even think this exercise is pointless. And that always makes me smile, because this small movement is the foundation of everything. It's not spectacular, but it's fundamental. It's the cornerstone of stability in prone. If you don't master it, you'll never be truly stable, not on the mat, not on the reformer, not on the Cadillac, not on the chair, and not on the barrels. Why? Because this movement teaches you to stay in a neutral position while lying on your stomach, while activating the hip extensors and the deep abdominals to stabilize the pelvis. And within this subtle effort, two muscles prove to be essential, the gluteus medius and the semimembranosus. The gluteus medius is a pillar. It originates on the outer surface of the ilium between the anterior and posterior gluteal lines and inserts onto the greater trochanter of the femur. Its primary role is hip abduction, but in this exercise, it plays a crucial role as a lateral stabilizer of the pelvis. It prevents the hip from collapsing, guides the motion, and maintains posture. The semimembranosus, on the other hand, is a deep muscle. It originates from the ischial tuberosity and inserts on the posterior aspect of the medial tibia. It belongs to the hamstring group. Its role here is to stabilize the hip from the back, like a posterior strap, by delicately controlling hip extension without disrupting pelvic alignment. But for these muscles to activate, we need more than intention. We need a precise neural signal. This movement begins in your brain, in the primary motor cortex, where the command to move is generated. The electrical signal then travels down the spinal cord to reach an alpha motor neuron. This motor neuron has a long myelinated axon. The signal propagates thanks to depolarization of the neuron's membrane. Sodium channels open, sodium ions enter, and if the threshold of excitation is reached, an action potential is triggered, it travels all the way to the end of the axon. At the synaptic terminal, this electrical signal triggers the opening of voltage-gated calcium channels. And the calcium that enters at this point comes from outside the neuron. But where exactly does it come from? From the extracellular fluid, which is highly concentrated in calcium ions. It enters rapidly through simple diffusion. This calcium acts as a trigger. It instructs the acetylcholine-filled vesicles to merge with the neuron's membrane and release their contents into the synaptic cleft. Acetylcholine, produced from choline and acetyl-CoA, crosses the cleft and binds to receptors on the muscle cell membrane, causing a new depolarization, this time in the muscle cell. If the threshold is reached, the fiber contracts, the heels squeeze together, the deep muscles activate, the pelvis remains stable, and then, as always, acetylcholinesterase breaks down the neurotransmitter. The muscle relaxes. The loop is complete. The movement has been executed with precision. This small action, this quiet heel squeeze, is a demonstration of neuromuscular coordination. It activates deep postural muscles, maintains pelvic alignment, and engages body awareness in its most refined form. It's a complete conversation between your cortex, your nerves, your muscles, a dialogue between intention, transmission, and action. And that's why I bring you back to it again and again. Because until this movement is integrated, no other prone exercise will ever be truly mastered. It's discreet, it's demanding, and it's what makes all the difference between simply performing and truly understanding. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you very soon for another episode of Biopilates Deep Dive.